how's it going? Welcome to the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. My name is Nat and I'm here for you. I am here for you, hopefully to cheer you up and help you find those keys to the door that will unlock your happiness. Hey, if this is your first time here, welcome to the show. I'm glad you found it. Don't know what you searched for, but it got you here. And hopefully I can give you some positivity that'll help you to enjoy your life a little more. Don't forget about my book, The Positive Perspective, available on Amazon, or you can skip big tech, go directly to my website, bepositivepodcast.com. A pop-up will come up, or if that doesn't work, there's a book link in the menu up at the top. And you can order your copy directly from me, skip big tech, and there you can also get a personalized copy. And I appreciate a few of you who have picked up the special that I had over the weekend. Get a regular copy for, I think it's $12, and you get a personalized copy for no extra money. So you'll be getting those in the mail this week. I appreciate it. Let's see. I gotta say thank you to Podomatic.com for keeping this show on the air. I appreciate them. They've been doing it since the beginning, and they get this show to every single platform imaginable with no work for me. All I gotta do is talk and put something out there, and they get some good numbers for me. A couple days ago we had about 8,000 downloads in one day. I appreciate that so much. What else do I gotta talk about? Don't forget about the text line. That's how you can connect to me. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me your ideas for the show. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. Send me a picture of your dog. I don't care, whatever you want to do. 304-506-3332. That's your connection to me. It's right there in your pocket, right there in your hands. All right, 304-506-3332. All right, what are we going to talk about today? Well, you know what? A few things have happened over the course of a few days, and this show is called Validation. Yours matters most. And what do I mean by that? Well, a lot of times we're seeking validation from someone else, a spouse, a boss, a friend. You're trying to get validated for your thoughts, your feelings, your perspectives, your emotions, and all that. And you're reaching out for validation from someone else to make it okay. And you don't have to do that, because self-validation is all you need. And that refers to the process of recognizing and accepting your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own behaviors as valid and worthy of respect. You have to acknowledge and affirm yourself, and without seeking external validation. There's no need for anybody else to approve of your thoughts, your feelings, or your way of life or anything. It doesn't matter. And if you're trying to get validated or seek validation from outside yourself, you're never going to get it from everybody. So you might as well just keep yourself, happy. Because self-validation, it's an important part of your mental health, and it's an important part of your emotional well-being. Because when you rely on external validation, you're going to feel inadequate, you're going to have self-doubt, you're going to have low self-esteem, you're not going to be very confident, and you're not going to take chances, you're not going to enjoy your life to the fullest because you're wanting to be validated by somebody else. But when we learn to validate ourselves and to self-validate and say, okay, I'm okay with who I am, I'm okay with the decisions I made, the mistakes I made, you develop a stronger sense of self-worth and self-confidence. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to improve your overall quality of life. It is. It's going to make your life better because you're going to be happier, because you're not worried about what anybody else thinks. There was a time in my life when I worried about what other people thought about me, and it wasn't great. And now, I don't care. A close friend of mine just called me something that kind of threw me for a loop, but you know what? I don't care. I know I'm a good person. I know what I'm putting out there. And if someone wants to say some shit to me, that's fine. They got to deal with it. It doesn't bother me. I'm validating myself, okay? It's important to recognize and accept your own thoughts. You have to accept your own feelings. You have to accept the experiences and the pitfalls and the hills and the successes that you've had in your life, and you got to accept those without judgment. You can't pass judgment on yourself. So by doing that, you have to acknowledge both the positive and the negative emotions without trying to suppress or ignore them. You can't do that. You can't just just not think about it. You have to recognize that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. Failure doesn't define who you are, doesn't define who you are as a person. But it's just when I feel when I fail at something, I learn what doesn't work. So I'll try something else. Right? And so when you start to practice self-validation and being okay with who you are and your own thoughts, and you start identifying the negative self-talk and replace it with the positive, more affirming thoughts, your mind will grow. Your positivity will grow. Your life will be more fulfilled. And you'll be happier because you're not trying to please somebody else. You're not marching to someone else's drum, to coin a phrase. You're doing what's right for you. And that's the whole point. I mean, that's the whole point of this physical existence. Is doing what makes you happy. What's right for you? Ask yourself, what is right for you? Are you at a place in your life where you're happy with your decisions? With you're content with your thoughts? When you're okay to be with yourself, by yourself, and get into those thoughts that go around in your head? There's probably things you want to change, but you know what? Acknowledge them and make the changes. It's not easy. Nothing worth having is easy. So when you validate yourself, and I'm not talking about making excuses for yourself. Oh, I do this because I've always done it and I've always acted this way, so it's just the way it is, and I just validated myself. Well, no. You just made an excuse for a behavior that you're really not happy with. So you have to acknowledge it. You have to come to the decision that, are you going to be okay with it and say, this is who I am? Or do you want to change it to be a different person? It's all up to you. It's your life. Validate your actions in your own mind. Validate your thoughts to yourself. Self-validation is an important skill for you to have to help in your emotional well-being. Because when you're okay with the things you say, when you're okay with the way you treat people, when you're okay with your relationship, with your job, with your life, with your decisions, with everything that you do in life that is under your control, if you're okay with it, and you say, you know what, I like it, I like my life, then there's your self-validation right there. You're living the dream. You're living your life the way you want to live it. And sure, people are going to say shit to you. They're going to be jealous. They're going to be envious. They're going to try to knock you down. They don't want you to be happier than them. And that's going to happen. But it's when you get sucked into that and you start questioning yourself and your thoughts and your emotions and your personality and your lifestyle, when you start questioning those yourself, you have to stop and think, am I questioning these thoughts, emotions, or feelings because of something I am thinking? Or am I questioning myself because of the outside input that I'm listening to? The peer pressure, the majority, the so-called normal, which there's no such thing as normal to me. Imagine that. But when you start, if you're questioning something about yourself, it's really, sometimes it's hard to actually learn and understand, is it you that's questioning it, or is it the situation or the programming that you've been subject to your entire life that's making you question your thoughts, your actions, your everything about yourself? So it has to come from you. No one can tell you, but you have to analyze, where do those feelings come from? What's the root of those feelings? What's the root of that insecurity? What is the root of that non-validating feeling that's holding you back? And does it come from deep? And if it does come from somebody else and you accept it and you say, yeah, they're right. Well, then you can change that if you want. But if you don't want to, it's up to you because it's your life. And that's the beauty of this whole physical existence is that it is your life 100%. Nobody can take that away from you. Well, I guess they can take your life away from you, but they can't take your choice away from you. You can only give up your choice. You can only give away your freedom to choose. No one can take it from you. So start thinking about yourself. Because in the end, guess what? Guess who you got in the end? You. That's it. So is everything in your life the way you want it to be? Can you validate your decisions and your choices that you've made in life? Now, we've all made decisions and choices that went south and were wrong and led to a bad portion of our life. Maybe you're in a position right now to where some of the decisions you made have put you in a bad place. And either you accept that and say, yep, I screwed up, I got here, or you're blaming somebody or something else for your situation. And the hardest thing is to actually accept responsibility for our thoughts, our actions, and our feelings. And know that it is 100% our choosing to feel, act, or be a certain way. So if you're acting or being in a certain way and you like who you are and you are happy with everything about your life, bravo, you're doing a good job. But if you're like me or anybody else, you can find something about yourself that maybe you want to change. Maybe you said this is the way I've been all my life and you want to change it and don't know how. Well, there's something called Google that can help you find a way to change anything about your life and give you ideas on how to be a better person, how to be self-validating and proud of who you are and accept the decisions that you've made, good, bad, or indifferent. I accept all my decisions, and boy, I made some bad ones. We won't go into those, but I've made some bad ones. I've also made some good ones. But you know what? They're all my decisions. And there's some that I've made, some decisions and choices I made that I was influenced by, and I did not make those myself. They were either peer pressure or situational, and I accept that. Even though it wasn't my doing, it was my doing for allowing it to be that way. So if you're trying to change anything, you want to feel better about yourself, start looking at yourself and start accepting the things about yourself that you can change, and give yourself a pat on the back for the things that you have changed, even no matter how small. Because when you validate yourself and say, you know what, I'm doing the right thing. I'm a good person. I've done this. I've changed this part of my life. I'm actually happy with who I am. Then your life will change for the better, and it's constantly evolving. So every day you get a chance to do that, right? So I'm hoping that this one helps you. Hope this show helps you a little bit. Self-validation is very important. All right? Yours matters the most. Don't forget about that. All right, that's the show. Don't forget about the book, The Positive Perspective. You know where to get it. It's all in the description. Go to the website, bepositivepodcast.com. Hit me up on the text line, 304-506-3332. And let me know, are you happy with where you are in your life? Or do you want to change something? You don't have to tell me what you want to change. Are you happy? Content? Or is there something hanging over you that you want to change? All right? That's the show. My name is Nat. This has been the Be Positive, Stay Positive podcast. I think we can all do a little bit better. I'll talk to you later.